And I think the other issue that we would also like to hear from you is about the difficulty. Many students write a lot of test series, and some test series are made to look very, very difficult, unrealistically difficult. And writing this test series brings the students' morale down one way. And I think even you wrote a few test series which where you felt like, despite getting 280, 290 in sociology, and you wrote some test series and you felt crushed. So some test series are made artificially difficult, and one, they bring the morale down. And if this bringing morale down, if it helps in the exam, that's okay. But I think the cruel part is that all this doesn't even help in the exam ultimately.
Yes.
So how should students tackle such kind of test series that are going around in the market, which are made to look very difficult than what UPSC wants, and in the pursuit of that difficulty, maybe sometimes they are deviating from what UPSC wants itself.
Yes, so they are made artificially difficult. That's how I say it. So UPSC mains papers might not be so difficult, but you end up answering test series which are extremely difficult, more difficult than what UPSC is.
But I think then difficulty, the part is that they are irrelevantly difficult.
That's right.
They're not relevant to the exam, and yet they sound difficult.
Yes, yes. So I think students shouldn't fall into this trap, because once you start to follow a test series just because it's difficult, you might lose the relevance of the entire preparation to the exam. So it becomes redundant. You start to do something that the test series people think important, but it might not be important for the exam. So the way out is to look at previous year questions repeatedly to see if UPSC is asking such kind of questions, or if it's wantedly made difficult just for the sake of commercializing a test series. So I would request you to first compare your answers with a topper script. Like I used to take GS1 script of previous year toppers, write answers, and then compare the same answer with how the topper has written, and then develop their style or develop content from them, take any kind of value additions from them. So I used to do this repeatedly rather than writing many test series. So in a way, it helped me because I made my entire preparation in line with what the exam is demanding, because these toppers are already rewarded by UPSC. So why don't I just borrow what they have done? So I think instead of writing a very tough test series, you can do this. And it's also true that for socio, I think I got 10 marks less than last year because I ended up writing a test series which was extremely difficult. It was extremely a knowledge intensive test series, but UPSC is not testing knowledge. It's testing more of diverse knowledge or application of knowledge, so which I think lacked in that test series. And after a point of time, I felt crushed. I wanted to just stop studying for exams, stop studying socio itself, because the amount of knowledge overload that was happening through test series was unbearable. I was overwhelmed. My notes itself was socio notes is a bit bulky in comparison to GS because there's no clear delineation of topics or content for an optional. And in addition to this, when test series is so difficult, aspirant actually loses hope on the exam. So don't fall prey to test series which are extremely difficult. Instead of that, you can do a test series minimally, do it quite well, decent manner, and refer to previous year questions and previous year topper scripts to have a holistic preparation.
I think that's a very important point, and I think the most cruel part is that you wrote test series this time for sociology and ended up getting less marks.
Yes.
In a year when you did not write any tests, you got high score, and this time when you thought you'll go to 300, the marks actually came down a little to 280. It is still a high score, no doubt, but I think given the amount of effort you put in this time, one would expect improvement there. Even in fact, while you were preparing, I thought you would get another plus 10 in sociology, and when you got rank, I thought maybe sociology had given you the boost. But only when we look at the marks, we've realized that sociology actually, the marks reduced by another 10 marks, whereas GS actually gave you the push. And I think the cruel part is that a test series actually that you thought will help you actually undid.
penalizing me.
ended up penalizing you, added you to your stress, and eventually
Yes.
brought your marks down.
That's right.
So I think it is very important to understand the overall role of a test series in the examination, not overrate it, and also don't choose the right test series. Understand its role in the entire examination scheme and preparation, and second, take a test series that is reasonably designed in alignment with UPSC, and not a test series that is unreasonably difficult and one that is straying too far away from the examination needs. In this case, I think Sanjana madam, she took a test series that brought a lot of content overload and which was unnecessary. And in fact, it crushed her, it brought her morale down, and all of that pain ultimately only brought the marks down. It did not create much favor. So, understand test series in the complete context. Second, choose the right test series and do not let a test series undo your chances. Be very careful when you choose about choosing the right one. Thank you.